today, so Haim,
We've started, I think.
Yeah, we're started. We're recording from the Proclimber studio, Proclimber built to last.
Which happens to be at Hip vs Height.
Yeah, we're at Hip v Height today, which is great. So we're recording a little pod out of here. Got a pretty cool, but probably a bit of a different guest that we usually have on our podcast, and someone that I've actually had written down from a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember you were like, I'm going to get this semi-acting guy, and I go, who the fuck is he?
Yeah, and it's, I know we usually sit on a lot of building science topics and stuff like that, but I wanted to go a little bit left field and go back to just pure carpentry. That's what we've started our journey in this industry as.
Yep.
We have spoken at length and times about like how you would identify to certain builders, and they always go back to carpenters, but you are still practicing as a carpenter, and you're very, very proud of being a carpenter. Like it's
100%. Yeah.
So like I visually, as soon as I come across your profile one day, and I think you're doing a passive house or something, that's how I kind of got fed your algorithm.
Yeah.
I was like, who's Sam? And I just saw instant passion. Like,
Definitely.
Just like literally, I'm a carpenter and I fucking love it. And I want to, I guess a lot of the conversation I have in my head about how today might go is I kind of want to give a bit of an insight to designers, architects, engineers, interior designers. You hear it from a builder, but you're getting filtered. We filter a little bit of information sometimes, and I want to get it from a tradie, someone who's actually tool belt on, nailing stuff together. What is also different to what we would usually talk about is, and I'm going to ask you this question, you have referred to yourself, I just do volume builder homes. And I don't like that because not that I fucking picking about volume builder, there's like, you're more than that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like you're shutting yourself down as like, no, you're very good at what you do.
Because I was reading through your responses to the questions that we set out, and you've often, and you can talk to this a little bit more. So majority of my work's with a volume builder, but I always put quality first. And
I think that's very important.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just talk. Look,
So who are you?
Who are you? Let you talk.
Well, Sammy Aiken. I started my Instagram page, or maybe I don't even think maybe 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just thought, why not one day?
Yeah.
I seen other accounts doing it, and I wasn't bored with what I was doing. Obviously, you guys see I love what I do.
Yeah.
But I was like, I reckon I can do that too.
Yeah.
Kind of and ahed on it for a bit, and I was like, because there's always the risk of putting yourself out there, like you're gonna make a fool of yourself.
Were you
right?
scared that first time?
Oh yeah. I still do things now, and I'm petrified, like talking to the camera or something. That's like you just sort of you sit there and you're like, you just ponder it for a bit, and then you do it, and people often say to you like, oh, how do you do that? And it's like, I struggle. That's how I do it. Like it's
Has getting in front of people and talking always been something you've done? Like
no, definitely not. Definitely
You seem
not.
super confident.
Yeah.
Everyone says that, but I don't know. You look at yourself so much, but I don't see it. It's like it's definitely something I've had to learn.
I think what works for you though is that it doesn't feel curated.
Yeah,
and I think it's more. It's
I do
so
pride
much,
myself on that.
but it's so much more relatable because I see you do it, and I've been following you for a bit now, by the way, so I do know who you are. And I'm like, fuck, this guy is passionate. I love the passion that comes through.
Arm on sleeve, and that's why I want to get back. That's why, and tradies get taken advantage of constantly, but tradies are people pleasers, and they always want to do the best thing, even when they cut corners and even when they fuck up, they are always trying their hardest. I feel. Mm-hmm. And that's why I get the visual of that, like you is like, I fucking put my ass on the line to do my best.
Yeah, it's hard. I think there's also maybe a point worth mentioning is there's always a difference between delivering the best product and doing your best with like the resources and materials and whatnot that are given to you.
Yep.
So I know like you guys do the Proclimber stuff and that, and I'd love to dabble in the highest end of wraps and stuff, but in I suppose the realm of carpentry that I deal with, that might never actually be a possibility. Like it won't be a thing. Like I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't actually have my own company. Like I am.
You work for someone else.
I'm an employee and I work for another carpenter, and he subcontracts to mostly volume builders.
Yep.
But
hang on. How does your employer like think of you? Like, hey, I'm doing it.
Oh, he loves it because he can just. It's a good way for him to just like that good banter on site, you know.
Yeah, but what you were saying before, I've seen some of your photos or your videos of window installation, and then the care that you actually take, Yeah, you're right. It's not the wrap that I'd use, but the
Yeah.
care that you take to install that wrap and install that window. So I still think that's better building.
Yeah, yeah.
So I still think
Yeah.
there's an element of pride in that.
And that's why I go against when you said I'm just a volume builder. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they're
So
lucky,
it's
lucky.
even hard with like that video in particular. I did a couple of windows with that exact detail, but the builder doesn't actually supply that stuff. So that was a paid partnership with Vapor Seal.
Yeah, okay.
That particular
Yeah.
video,
Yeah.
and they're going to use that on their socials and whatever. And there might be
Yeah.
some more things that come in the future with them too.
Great.
But that is great, and it's great that I can demonstrate the correct way in which things should be done. But the reality is, like, the builder's not going to provide all that material to do that on every single job.
Just for, so you can get content.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not even just so we can get content, but just because, like, they should be like, that's how it should be done.
Yeah.
But it's not.
The budget's
It's
not there.
it's certainly not. Yeah, the budget's not there, and it's even not policed in the right manner. Like, I've got some stuff I can show you after this of some builders that have done some pretty ordinary wrap jobs that we've just gone and installed the windows on, and like, it's just like.
And what do you
it's
do
just
there?
bullshit.
Do you fix it?
Well, there's nothing you can do because we don't. Well, if we were to do something about it, it's just straight out of our pocket.
Yeah,
I understand that.
And it's a bit. It's also. It's probably another layer of difficult as well because at the end of the day, I'm not paying the bills. I'm an employee.
Yeah.
So if I take time out of my day to fix something that's not even our problem, my boss comes to me and says, "Why are you doing that?"
Yeah.
Like,
Are you on the
we're not
tools
paid
with
to do
him?
that.
at
Yeah.
all? So he's still on the tools with you?
Yeah, he's on the tools quite a bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
more
okay.
than what I think a lot of people that know him realise he is actually on the tools.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And how long are you out of your apprenticeship? How old are you now?
I am 30 this year, so
Yeah,
still
so you've
29.
been-
I can
Yeah,
say I'm
baby.
not 30 yet.
And was your pathway school apprenticeship, and you've just sort of stuck at it for now?
Yeah, let's talk about that. So I always knew I wanted to be a builder / chippy.
Yep.
I always wanted to do that from I'm going to say like primary school.
Yeah.
That's always what
Yeah.
I wanted to do.
And am I making the assumption right? Grew up in the country kind of lifestyle. Were you on land?
No, we weren't on land. I mean, we grew up in small towns.
Yeah.
I grew up in a town called Carisbrook, which has like a couple thousand people
Oh, wow.
tops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty small. And then I moved to Ballarat to do my apprenticeship.
Yep.
I spent my first 3 years of my apprenticeship like house sharing with mates and stuff and working for nothing. But
Yep.
I mean, I'm still pretty young. What I call nothing, a lot of people that I get along with now, like they were making half of what I was making
Yeah,
when
okay.
they were a first year, second year and whatever.
Yeah.
So they probably think I was raking it in. But so did my apprenticeship, became qualified. I actually got signed off not super early, like a couple months early. My boss did his back
Yeah.
and had no one to sort of do the day-to-day sort of thing. And I just sort of had to man up, I guess. I just had to be pushed in. I didn't have to be pushed into that role, but I felt I was capable of
Yep.
doing it and just sort of went into that and started essentially running the jobs. He was definitely close by over my shoulder to oversee everything. So I
Yep.
wasn't like completely thrown in the deep end as such. But when it come to day-to-day stuff on site, he was probably off the tools and off site for probably 6 months, I reckon.
Yeah. Okay.
This is your current boss?
No, this is
Yeah,
this is,
current boss. I've
boss.
worked for the same boss my whole career.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
I want to get to that in a second.
I was his first ever apprentice too. So
Right.
yeah, first ever
And you're
apprentice.
still good on you for.
Yeah.
He must be a great guy.
He's a
great.
fantastic bloke. He's an absolute character.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's very cheeky. He's very he's good.
Yeah,
He's good.
and he's been in that kind of volume builder space for his entire career as well.
Yeah, so he did his apprenticeship building mostly transportable houses, from what
Yep.
I can sort of understand with talking to him and that. They did do new homes as well.
Yeah.
But that was sort of his old boss's main bread and butter.
Yeah.
And then he went out on his own and just started picking up subby work with volume builders and stuff.
What volume builders do you work for currently?
Currently in Ballarat, we work for Boutique, which is Boutique Home Buyers Centre.
Yep.
And we just started picking up Metricon stuff again.
Yep.
And the other main and we build for. They're not really volume builders in Ballarat, but they're sort of main builders in Ballarat. And McMaster Homes and Stroud Homes will sometimes do some of their work. They've got a group of in-house chippies, but when they get busy,
Yep.
we'll jump on board and help them out too.
And you'll do everything from like a subfloor all the way through to a fix.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but like, you're capable. That's what I mean.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And that's a good point. I think every carpenter should be capable to build a house from, like, raw earth to turnkey.
So this is a good conversation because I feel if we want to improve our industry in the carpentry perspective, I think we actually kind of potentially need to go a little bit different to that. And yes, a traditional carpenter, I'm going to agree, should be start to finish. Like, that is a carpenter. But why can't we break it down to little subcategories like plumbing, where
I love this. I've wanted to make a reel on this. I was talking with one of my good friends the other day about this, and I believe framing itself should be a trade.
Yep.
Yep.
You can just be a fucking gun framer.
Yeah, you can be a gun framer. You can be bloody proud to be that too.
Yeah.
You don't have to know it all. You can just specialise in a field. It's no different to plumbers just being roofers.
Yep.
It's no different.
Yeah, like at your trade school, slightly adapted. So you spend more time learning to do trusses, pitching a roof, maybe some CLT panels.
I mean, and the fact is we've got this massive trade shortage. Like, why not shorten that period of, if you could make an expert in 1 or 2 years just framing, then just put them out, just fix,
just claddings.
Yep.
There's plenty of carpenters I know that are just finished carpenters. That's all they do. They just go cladding fix, cladding fix, cladding fix, and that's what they do. That's what they specialise in. They're bloody good at it.
Yeah, that's it. You add subfloors in as well, or
but get them on a frame, they'd be way out of their depth. And then it's the opposite too.
Yeah.
We have blokes, because we do predominantly framing. If we just dumped them on a fix, they'd be so out of their depth.
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee if you jumped on one of my building sites and I put you next to some of my chippies, because we do everything start to finish. Like, we're formwork, concreting, we're boxing slabs, we're installing steel, we're doing everything.
I love that, and I feel like I want that for every carpenter. I want everyone to be able to just at least experience building a house from like start to finish.
And I think that you need to be able to experience it. I agree with it, but I guarantee you would run fucking rings around my team when it comes to just framing.
Just process though.
Yeah.
Just like you're
and
let's talk about
and then there'd be other places where I'd fall to pieces and they'd just take over.
Like
and I feel like that's
we'll show you like, hey, this is how we do it. And you'd be like, oh, awesome, I get that.
And I feel like that's okay.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
But
with
the industry needs to have some sort of, I don't know what you call it, like a
reset.
Yeah, restructure or something around it. Like.
I think you brought up. Sorry to interrupt. You brought up the podcast that Brian and Simon did with the guy from HIA. Simon from HIA. He said it. He goes, we should be if we've got this massive shortage, we should be focusing on doing certificates around certain things. Someone hanging doors. Yeah. Become an expert at hanging doors, roll them out.
Yeah, get the specialist.
You know what? Now I'm an expert in doing architraves and skirting. Add that to your list.
You can incrementally build up your little certificates, and at some point you can become a.
Is that not what plumbing is?
Yeah.
Like, you can be a qualified plumber without being licensed in anything. Perhaps introducing licenses. It also holds people accountable for things too.
Yeah, and maybe there's a base level that you need to do. So maybe there's a year of just standard
understanding timber and structure and
safety
engineering
and building plans and all that stuff, and then after that you can specialize in like a quicker way to earning more money is this pathway, or you can go this pathway to be fully qualified to get your certificate 3.
And just add in as you go, like you which
we
means
just solve the problem. We can
turn the camera off.
but it's good to hear it from someone like yourself, because I get scared saying it. I'm sitting in my office in my chinos and RMs with the with my macchiato. But I get disconnected still from the average tradie. I see my team on site, but like they're in a bubble, and then we go back to what Sam's doing, and when I hear him say that, why don't we do it? I'm like, no. Like, if he's agreeing, we need to look at this a little bit differently, and because people are proud to be carpenters and they're scared to lose that title.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They're scared to have it stripped away with them. But it can be done, because we've seen it in plumbing. We see it in electrical. We're seeing it like...
Yeah. You can be like, I'm a carpenter specialising in this.
Yeah.
Still close
absolutely.
The doctors do it,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The oncologist isn't upset that the cardio surgeon's doing their thing and I don't know about that. Like, you just specialise, and that's how and I think within that you get pride. You get more pride because, like, no, I'm a fixed carpenter.
We get speed too, though. I mean, I'm sure, like, if you look at the stuff that you guys do, again, you would put up a frame in, I would say, a tenth of the time that my team would probably do.
Are you mainly stick build, or are you prefab?
We're probably a third stick build, 2/3 prefab now. For a long time there, it was just prefab. Yeah. And then probably wind back a clock 5 years, it was just stick frame.
Do you
And I
reckon-
why is
loved it.
that?
I loved stick
Why
frame.
was that?
We're doing a lot for Metricon, and
Okay.
they still stick frame.
Oh,
in
yeah,
our
I
Why is
heard
building.
that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard they do stick frame.
I'm assuming cost. That's
So you think
that's
it's
what it'd
you
have to
think
come
it's
down
do you
to.
reckon it's cheaper to stick frame than it is to prefab?
I don't
Well-
think it is, because we've done work with other builders before. Then they usually do prefab, and for whatever reason, this was sort of around COVID, and they couldn't get the wall frames out, so they're like, "Oh, do you just want to stick build it?" And it cost them like way more for us to stick build it.
Yeah.
So I don't
I
know.
have a theory. I have a
know
theory
what-
on that, and again, I could be completely
Okay.
wrong. But Metricon own forests, so they've got their own timber supply, and
Yeah, that'd
maybe
make sense.
maybe they don't have a truss plant. So maybe they've
Yeah,
got
maybe.
the timber, and
Yeah.
they just go right. Well,
Yeah, so a lot of them have their own trust plan and they just keep
I don't know. I'm just
Mm.
sort of waxing lyrical here.
Good
Maybe that
question.
could be
There'd be a pretty economic. There'd be a financial reason why at some point.
if
along
if
the line.
Metricon is doing it, there has to be a reason that they would have researched all different ways of putting houses up.
Yeah.
for
and,
sure.
where do you see the issue where carpentry is other than maybe the licensing structure or around that? Like, do you see young kids coming through with the change of attitude? Do you see, like, where do you, like, even going from a stick build to a prefab frame, where do you see the major differences and pain points from your perspective?
Probably, I'd have to say, and I was guilty of this myself learning my trade too, is like you don't understand the why, and unless it's explained to you, you don't, like, you might never actually get it. Like, you'll do a task 1,000 times, but unless you actually understand why you were doing that task, you'll never actually fully comprehend what it is you're doing.
Unless you ask why.
Yeah. Well,
Do you teach why to your apprentices?
well, that's a very interesting thing. We're, like, as qualifieds or in any trade, you're never taught to teach anyone. It's such
I'm only laughing because this has come up so many times. Yeah.
It is such a difficult thing, and for a long time, like, I would still say, like, I'm not a perfect teacher, but, like, I was a terrible teacher, you know, and it's not until you sort of pull your head out of your ass and you go, look, I've actually got some sort of due diligence here to
Yeah.
make sure these kids get it.
How old were you when you finished your apprenticeship?
I would have been 22.
So now you're
22.
teaching young 22-year-old male, up and about, weekend, got a bit of money. Yeah, you're going to be like bit of power.
Challenge.
Yeah, you probably, did you used to yell at your apprentices to do stuff for them?
Yeah, absolutely. And I hate myself for it now because I know, like, understanding what it is. And, like, I actually did it till very recently, probably only 12 months ago. I probably properly pulled my head in and was like, you actually can't treat people like that.
And what made
Because-
you get to that point? How did that come about?
A bloke quit, and it was basically because we had a blue. And I was like,
Do you want to talk more about what happened?
I asked him to do something. He didn't do it. He got in a shit about it. We blew up at each other. Like, it was just a verbal sort of tiff.
Yeah.
And I basically said, if you don't like it, you can stick it. I went and grabbed something from the hardware store, got back and he was gone. And then I had to ring my boss and be like, I think this guy's just quit because we've just had a blow up. He was fairly supportive of me because he wasn't pulling his weight, but it was just the principle of
Yeah.
How you went
Like,
about it?
I was probably the deciding factor
Let me
there.
ask you this: how, like, knowing what you know now, like sitting here in February in 2026,
Yeah.
how would you approach that today? If the same scenario happened today.
I've actually never reflected like that.
Yeah,
That's a good
okay.
question. Well, think about it.
Yeah. It's all right. We can edit the calls out.
No, we can see that.
No edits. No, I definitely could have just, cooled the jets a bit, take a breath and be like what is the actual problem here? Because fundamentally, what was the problem at the time? It wasn't actually that big of a problem. But you know when, like, this little thing will happen and this little bit and this little bit, and then all of a sudden you've got this big problem and you can't actually identify what started it.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. It's like, all right, let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's work out all these little things that are.
You can communicate early enough for the first time it happened.
Yeah,
hey,
maybe
this is
nip
why
it
we
in the
do.
bud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like why
yeah.
do we, like, hey, we don't do it this way. We do it this way. Do you want me to show you? Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You
They
said,
get you not taught-
you said
taught.
something before. I think I'd take a breath. I think that right there. I've read a book over Christmas. My wife gave it to me, and I'm 43, right? And I grew up, and my experience
that
in
was 50 Shades of Grey that you read, yeah?
my experience in carpentry was I was kind of at that tail end of that real yelling culture. You know, the
Yeah.
old school builders coming through, and it's yell from the moment you get on site to the moment you finish, and the moment 3:30 kicks over, slabs of beer come out, and everyone's your best mate.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the culture that I grew up in,
Yeah.
and I learnt really quickly that that's not how I don't feel good here.
Yeah.
And I it took me a while to kind of weed my way off reacting like that.
You saying that actually unlocks sort of something for me. I feel like I have that capacity to have like a blue with someone and then 5 minutes later sit down and have a beer with them.
Yeah.
But then you need to understand that not everyone else has that same capacity.
And I would challenge you that if you've got the capacity to do that, you've also got the capacity to stop for 30 seconds and take a really big deep breath and center yourself.
Yeah.
And then approach the conversation.
Even ask the apprentice or the other team member, like, how do you think we should approach this situation? Let's stop. What should we do?
Yeah.
Like, let them talk and then just be like, why do you think we should do that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. But
think
how about that? Have you considered that? Your knowledge, especially if they're like junior, you will slowly, naturally unravel them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you get to them, you want to get to them at that point going, oh, yeah, that's right. Once you get that, yeah, that's right, you've got them.
Well,
Yeah.
I think like getting back to the 50 Shades of Grey book that I read over Christmas, which is not what it was.
Is that why I've been talking dirty to me?
That's not what it was. It's actually like
You read the sequel.
The advice is actually really understanding where they're coming from.
Yes.
And like that's what's really powerful. So stopping and then going, okay, cool. Help me understand why you're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Help me understand why you did that, or help me understand why you're reacting in this way.
Yeah.
Because then you're giving them an opportunity to have a conversation.
It's negotiation at the end
and
of
it's
the day.
like, you know, your levels are down and you're having a conversation. So
Or walk away. Just like I know that sometimes when I get shitty, I can't finish a task in front of my computer, I just go for a walk.
Oh, yeah, walk
Yeah.
away. Take
Just
yourself
walk, just
away.
like,
Yeah.
and then because what happens is you sit there and you try to fix it and you spend 3 hours. Where I'll go for a 5-minute walk, come back, and I've then completed the task in 5 minutes, and I'm like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm now like, if I get a text message or an email or that I don't like, I'm like, cool, and put that down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm going to go and take myself away for a sec.
Respond, don't react.
Yeah.
Just
I've probably just learnt to realise that things aren't that big of a deal.
Yes.
Like I used to think that and I just obsess over every day, like anal about things like frustratingly.
what?
Just little details like there'd be, I don't know, I'd ask one of the boys to shoot off all the junctions or something and they'd miss like one. And I'd be like, mate, you clearly haven't done it. You haven't been like, but I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. I'll just say, hey, you missed one. Can you go fix that?
Yeah.
That would be a way better approach than blasting them and being like, you haven't done your job. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Can I go back now the opposite way? Do you think there's something that we've lost in this?
I do think about this a lot too.
And like, are we just wrapping people in cotton wool and we're fucking too precious? And I look at this from a football perspective. I played footy for, what am I, 36. I played since I was like 16, like senior footy pretty much, I think. Like, you sometimes get 3 to 5 seconds to get a message across to someone, and it has to be quick and it has to make sense because you do not have time to stop the game. And it's sometimes like, you need to be fucking there at that point. You didn't cover me.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. You're not yes, it can be aggressive. Yes, it can come across abusive. It's not from a negative space. You're ultimately trying to bridge that gap of a communication that can be lost to be better. And I sometimes feel that feel very fortunate that I also got spoken to that way as a carpenter to be like, that's not fucking good enough.
Yeah.
So you go, you know what? It's not. And I could recognize that. And sometimes I know holding the hand and being like, oh, you didn't do this. Like, do they learn? I don't know. And I'm just...
No, I don't think they do. I don't think anyone really learns that way. You learn from like those shock sort of impact things, I feel.
So I've taken this approach, and I don't know if this is right or wrong. Like I've been catching up with my apprentices and carpenters more recently now, and I've actually said to them, there are going to be times where I am going to tell you things that you're not going to like. So I'm premeditating me to take the agency to actually tell them that something's wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to tell you when you do good things, and as the business owner, I have the right to tell you that you're doing bad things, and I'm going to tell you when you're not doing things correctly.
Yeah, I think that's reasonably fair. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
when you're inviting them into that, I'm going to see how this plays out. Right, this is all a new thing for me, but I'm going to see how it plays out with me. I'm kind of not asking their permission to have a crack at them. I'm just telling them. I'm letting
yelling.
them know that hey, there are going to be times where you're going to do something that I don't like, and I'm going to tell you.
Like,
I think there's no shame in being firm with someone too.
Yep.
Like you do this or you're out, or that's a bit extreme.
Like
but
that's
you know
not
what I mean?
that's not part of our standard.
I mean,
We don't talk to people like so. Let's go back. If I told you that skirting was fucking shit, like that needs to be better. and I might put it a bit differently to that. It might be a bit more like, hey, this skirting, I'm not happy with the way it's been done. We're better than that. What would be the difference is someone, if you were yelling and screaming at someone, I said, Sam, that's fucking shit the way you talk to that person. Don't talk to them like that. That's not on. What is the difference? Because there's not.
Well, it's 100% communication. Like, I'm not going to. I'm pretty sure it's Billy Slater, the Storm coach, Melbourne Storm coach, says, like, catch people doing the right thing.
Yeah.
We're so caught up on catching people doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So if you're catching people doing the right thing, hey Sam, you know what? That fucking wall there was gun barrel straight. Well done.
And it was a real difficult wall. That was
real
really twisted timber.
Well done. And then the next time I go, hey Sam, just noticed you missed nailing off that wall junction. You reckon you can go and do that for me? And you'd be like, yeah, no dramas. So there's a difference between me ignoring that and then just going, fucking hell, Sam.
Yeah, no, it's very true.
You didn't nail off
sometimes you just get so dialed in on critiquing things, you forget to compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect, right?
Yeah.
I'm learning to get better at doing this.
We
kind
live
of
in this
stuff
world, and I know I just sometimes wonder if we're just too precious.
What you were saying before, there's an element. I fucking hope I don't get cancelled saying this.
And I don't think.
Sometimes people just need to get an
Spray.
earful.
Oh fuck!
Just
I've been
to
sprayed
get it
multiple times.
Yeah.
But I think you can do it in a way that's both respectful but also direct. But then, as long as that's not every single day.
Yeah, because then it loses its effect.
Yep.
So I think that it's
We're hijacking your fucking.
No, I know.
episode here,
I know.
but
That's a good round. And yeah, the hard thing. Yeah, it's not that I think people should go around abusing people, and I don't think you need to swear or yell and raise your voice to get it. You said it perfectly. It's a firm, hey, we're better than this. And I'd expect that if I did something similar, you say the same thing to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking it personally. If anything, I look at it as like, I'm looking out for you to help you get better to do your job. Because if that keeps happening and I don't tell you, and all of a sudden 5-6 callbacks, you're probably going to get the arse. So then it's like it's too gone. That's probably the issue you had last time, is where you had multiple people, multiple times you clash. Then you had your big tiff, and then it's done.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Sam, you said that you've always known that you wanted to be a carpenter.
Yes.
What is it about carpentry that just drew you in and consumed you?
I think it'd have to be just being able to stand back at the end of the day and just see, you can just see exactly what you've done. I just reckon that's the coolest thing.
It is.
It's just the coolest thing.
okay.
And I feel
when
like
you straighten a wall, you can't see what you've done.
but a carpenter can.
Yeah.
Carpenter can.
Yeah. Good answer.
Yeah.
So I unfortunately don't get the opportunity to put a tool bed on much these days.
Yeah.
But last Saturday, I had one of my team at my place, and we built a pergola. And fuck me, I was so happy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Just I took it, and I keep looking at the photos that I've got on my phone, going, and I keep wandering down and looking at the checkouts and the bird's mouth, and I go, fuck, I've still got it. Yes, that's awesome.
Is your press holding your hand as you cut with a power saw?
Mate, I tell you what, I cut my teeth like building pergolas and decks and stuff like that. I am a weapon on a power saw. I fuck all these people like getting their squares out and like cutting a straight line. I'm like,
Yeah,
are you kidding me?
I was never taught that. I'm a shit carpenter. I'm open, but like when I cut with a power saw, it was you didn't have that. You cut straight.
Oh, you're just eyeballing it. Boom, you can either looking on this side or that side,
yeah.
depending on which side of the line you're cutting it.
Yeah. Now it's like the square and from. When I first time I saw, I was like, good idea. Like I actually think, but it's like.
I think it has a time and a place, but people use it like religiously. Like they will not make a cut without it. It's you should have the ability to
cut a straight
line the base up with it and just push
exactly.
through. Like,
So you're almost 12 years into your carpentry career.
Yeah,
now,
almost. Yeah.
Would you do it
And is
again?
the passion still
Would
there?
I do it again? I'd do it again and again and again. It's unreal.
So the passion's still there. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I can see
definitely.
it even just sitting with you now. Like
I wish I loved carpentry like that. Like actually, I love carpentry. I was shit at it, and I knew it, and I respect it, and I feel like it's the most undervalued trade on a project because you are there start to finish. You work with every trade. You don't have a license. You're potentially like looked at as like, oh, they're just the carpenter, but yet you are. The carpentry isn't the word though. I feel like
Yeah, I'm hearing.
You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain this.
And I also want to ask you too. So you always want to be a carpenter.
I just want to comment on that. I feel like a carpenter is one of the only trades that has to have some sort of comprehension of what every other trade does.
Agree.
Say a painter doesn't have to really necessarily know what a plumber or electrician or a tiler or whatever does. But to be a carpenter, like a good, well-rounded carpenter, you kind of have to have some sort of understanding of what all the other trades do to be able to work in with them.
There's our Instagram reel.
I
Hamish.
agree. I 100% agree with you.
That's it's a that's
So
perfect.
do you find in your audience or in your peer group that people are just saying, "Oh, I'm just a carpenter"? Because I've heard that so many times.
That's
Oh, what do
you
you do?
said. You said that
Oh,
to
I'm
me.
just-
They
I'm
were
just-
your
Yes.
words.
I'm
Yeah.
just a carpenter.
That was somewhat of a piss take, but I see what you mean. It's, people do say they're just carpenters, and it's like, even people say, I've seen another fella who does the reels and stuff. He made one, he said he was talking to a bloke and he was like, I'm just a painter. And it's like, well, we're actually all very, very, very important parts of the whole thing. It's like if you think of a building, right, it's all these cogs all together. Some bigger, maybe more important than others, but nonetheless, if you remove one of them, it doesn't spin. Like it doesn't function as it should. So we're all very important in one capacity or another.
And I think that
Such a good analogy.
it's a really great analogy. Actually, I'm like sitting there just breathing.
I'm watching both of your minds just
brilliant.
rocking, yeah.
It's fucking brilliant. But you think about we're builders, right? So we've got multiple different clients, and I've got medical professionals, I've got lawyers, I've got business owners, whatever, and I look at them and say a surgeon, for example, they would have worked, gone through medical school and then specialised and then done whatever. Your goal would be to become a builder, right?
Yeah,
I'm assuming,
inevitably
right?
one day,
So you're right now 12 years in and still haven't hit the pinnacle of your profession?
No, I don't even think I've grasped carpentry to its full realm.
So hear me out.
You know?
There is a point here because a surgeon is not a surgeon that can go and start cutting people open by themselves until they're like 38, right? So there's 15, 16, I mean, I could be completely wrong here, so someone correct me. But it's 10, 12 years, right? And I think it's the same to become a professional as a builder.
Any industry.
Or any industry. It's
Yeah.
not just a carpenter. You are on your journey to becoming that professional that every tradesperson should actually think that they are.
So, because this is cool so you finished your apprenticeship.
Yep.
Why don't you just go out by yourself like everyone else?
Why did I not go by myself? I don't really know the answer to that. I think what I keep coming back to is I love the security and I loved where I worked. My boss always looked after me. He still looks after me very well now. So I've never really had a sort of itch or a reason to explore more.
Do you think?
I kind of feel you're unique in that way.
But I think this is. I'm kind of going to. Hopefully, I'll get to where. Hopefully, you
I'll
pull
shut
up.
up now.
He's got a frame where he wants me.
No, because I think it's more like because every young kid just finishes their fourth year and I've got a business.
Yes, yeah.
And then, what do you think the issue is with that?
The issue with that is no one knows how to be a carpenter after 4 years. That's not real. That's not reality. You know, maybe back in the day when there's your reel.
It's true. That is.
Because
maybe back in the day when a carpenter was a carpenter, start to finish, they might only have built 15 homes in the whole apprenticeship. But
four homes.
yeah,
Four
but
homes,
they
1 a
knew
year.
how every single aspect of that home got put together.
Yeah.
Nowadays, like even with our boys, like they'll just spend years framing and cladding, a little bit of fix out and a little bit of other stuff, decks, pergolas or whatever thrown in, but not enough to really be competent at it. And in a terms of like, here's a job, here's a pack of timber, go and pitch this sort of thing. But it's
This is where it's tricky because I look at my apprentices who have come through over the years and they do everything. So they're like almost they've just got this big bag of tools and all the tools are different experiences.
I probably come from a different side of the hill in that perspective, and it is very nearly cookie cutter. It is very repeat. The size of the houses change and all the rest, but fundamentally, it's a wall frame's a wall frame.
So because what my thinking, and if they said, Matt, fix part of the carpentry issue, one of the things I would do is like you finish your carpentry apprenticeship, you can't start a business until you get a license, and we will not issue a license until you've got 3 years post-carpentry sign-off. Then you can go for it.
But I don't think that someone who's just finished their 4th year of carpentry should get an apprentice.
But the issue that we have,
No.
but the current issue
They
we
do
have
all
is
the time,
we
yeah.
have 1.2 million homes need to be built, and I bang on about it all the time. And we have a huge labour shortage. You know what sounds fucking sexy? We had 30,000 carpenters finish their apprenticeship this year. Well, 34,000 no fuck all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But that ticks the number. Because, look how many more carpenters we got.
Ticks the metric, but fundamentally it doesn't actually.
Solve the problem.
Yeah.
Well, and
Has
all
no
it does
depth
is
to
it
it.
just means that these people go out and build by themselves who know fuck all and build shit houses. And then that cycle just is a snowball. And they teach in the first year who they don't know as much as they probably should at that point. And where I'm getting to is you've been so loyal, which is a super rare trait. I don't know anyone that's worked for someone that long straight out.
I want to ask this, like, have you, and I don't know if your boss is going to be listening to this, has the grass ever looked greener? Like, have you ever wavered? Have you ever gone?
Yeah, it definitely has. There's definitely been times where I've thought, maybe I could go and do my own thing, or maybe I could go and look for a job with this person elsewhere. But I've sort of got that loyalty to my boss where if I ever have felt like that, I've just approached him and I'm like, what's up? Like, and talk about it, and whether it's money or conditions or
I still
whatever.
think you're
What
incredibly,
motivates you?
you're incredibly
What motivates
unique.
me?
Is it money or is it other things?
It used to be money. Now it's my kids.
Yeah, because you got a
100%.
couple of kids.
Yeah, I got two daughters.
Yeah, how old?
2, 4. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah.
So for you, it's finishing at a reasonable time is what motivates you more than an extra.
Yes,
$50
it does
a day.
now. Yeah. For a long time there, I was very financially driven, and frankly, not really going nowhere, but just with interest rates and everything going up, and we were building a couple of homes and stuff at the time, and it was just like all going down the drain. And during doing
Building a couple of homes for yourself.
yeah, so we built. My wife built one, then I built one, and then we built one together.
Yep.
And this was in amongst like getting married, starting a family, and everything like that.
How'd you go working with your wife and a build?
Nah, fine. We were fine. Yeah. It was all good.
I joke we just finished with my wife, and I always joke that she was the worst client I ever had. I love her dearly.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely the worst client I've ever worked
And
for.
she definitely wasn't. But yeah,
I just think, in that scenario, everyone just needs to understand where their roles are. I'm like, I'll take care of the structure, you take care of how it looks.
communication.
Yeah. See, during building our forever home that we're in now, we which is funny because I wouldn't build it anything like I built it when I built it, knowing what I know now.
What do you know now?
What do I know now? Well, just little things like using better quality wraps, thicker insulation, caring about, how much draft and stuff comes in and out of buildings and stuff.
So
I didn't know any of that.
So
when
is
I
it
was
your
building.
forever home now?
Well, it will be. We're not going to shut up shop and move anywhere.
Yeah, you love it.
But yeah, I do it. I do love our home.
And what does the next 10 years look like? Is it you're gonna hang around with your boss? How old's your boss?
Boss would be 5 years older than me. He'd be mid-30s.
So he's still in his prime. Like
Yeah,
he's got
yeah.
20 years left in him. Like he's not a 60-year-old guy looking at retiring and you taking over. Like
Yeah.
How many
Honestly, I think I'll just keep on chipping. I just love it. I don't really have any
how good's that?
passion or like any other thing that'll go any other direction. Like the social media thing's cool, and that's presented itself a phenomenal amount of opportunities. But
Also, and you're probably a side interest that keeps you.
I was just going to say,
but I would never-
you need these little extra things to keep you engaged
Yeah.
in the thing that you do.
yeah. But I would never say quit carpentry and do social media full time. It would completely lose the essence of everything I've made it to be.
Have you been able to profit off the social media yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
100%.
awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And profit, you make some money out of it.
Yeah, but I think that's.
I don't think you realise how much money there is in it. It's incredible.
Yeah, okay.
But I think that allows you to be happy.
It does, yeah.
I guess what it goes back to. I think that we see
Yeah.
so many, and and I got a strong opinion on this, and I spoke about this before on the first podcast. That everyone sees Instagram this beautiful world,
Yeah.
and I've got to go be the builder, and I've got to go take on the $10 million project. I know Joel from Heidi Builds spelled it out pretty.
I was just thinking about
spit
that
up
one, yeah.
the most architectural builds that he did made the least amount of money, and you go, here's a really simple recipe of just most builders would love to be back just being a carpenter.
Yep.
Where Sam's sitting here right now,
He is the carpenter.
he's the carpenter.
Yeah, do you know, I
worked
thought-
out another method of earning some extra dollars, so he doesn't have to go put that extra stress. And as happy as I've seen anyone come into this podcast studio,
Yeah, you're happy. You seem happy.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you can see that. It's,
You seem
Like,
you
good.
feel
Like,
happy.
like
You don't
literally-
feel jaded or.
there's nothing like, literally as happy as the word. And
I said to one of my guys on Saturday when we were working together, and I had my machine helping us put all these big posts and stuff up. So it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I said to Joe, I'm like, fuck, I could just do this.
Yeah.
I could just put the tool belt back on again
Yeah.
and just build pergolas. Like I was like a second away just before COVID to pivoting to
So
just do
why
al fresco
why
areas.
don't you? I know, but like I know you
Do,
won't.
do you know what? I feel like personally I'm on a really good path now. Like I think Sanctum Homes, I think I've got a really great business. We're putting really good products out there. I love dealing with clients. The stuff with SBA, so I don't know if you've heard of Sustainable Builders Alliance.
I've heard of them. I don't know much about it.
So I'm one of the founding directors there, and our whole ethos is to educate the broader industry. It's not about passive house; it's just about building better.
Yeah.
Like it's aimed at the type of work you do.
Yeah.
So you might do a frame and go, no builder, we're going to do our corners like this because you can get more insulation.
More
in."
insulation, yeah. It's just
Yeah.
That doesn't change anything that you do.
It's the little
Yeah.
1%ers
No
that
cost
we're
difference.
trying to change.
You know what
and-
really bothers me with building is that they won't let the carpenter wrap the houses. It's always like a third party like subcontractor
Yeah,
that comes in and we'll do the frame and they'll make us put the windows in it at frame stage and someone else will come and wrap it and they never wrap it correctly.
Why can't you say we'll do that work as well as part of the package that we offer?
It's literally just not an option.
Like you can't go to them and say, no, we'll do
so
it.
as in the volume builders have
Yeah.
their okay.
They'll have people that just come and just wrap their houses.
Do you know what I don't know. I hope I'm not proven wrong here, but I reckon that'll change soon. I reckon there'll be much stringent installation requirements around your building wraps.
I feel like there needs to be a wrap inspection.
Should be
Like-
a lot more
it's a
inspection.
no-brainer.
I feel like that needs
Yeah.
to be a thing. Like it's the fundamental barrier that separates the outside from the inside.
How many times have you gone past a building where
Flapping around
and the bricky's putting it on
Yeah.
as they go up
Yeah.
and it's flapping around?
But,
everywhere. I'm like, what
but at the same
That
time,
is a multi-million-dollar architecturally designed
Yeah.
fucking building.
Yeah.
And the no
Using foil paper
no
and-
disrespect to brickies, right? But you guys aren't trained to put that stuff
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Like you should rock up and it's wrapped, ready to go.
Mm.
And then you do the
You should be able to
things that you're
squirt it
good-
anywhere with a hose and it's
Yeah.
happy
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
You know?
And you can do that without. I was about to say without using Proclimber products. Maybe maybe edit-
Proclimber, only Proclimber.
Maybe, but a good building wrap.
Ex-designer,
Ex-designer, yeah.
proclimber.com.au.
In a perfect world, everybody is using Proclimber. So
I just, it's a change of, it's a change of philosophy and it's an adaptation. I do think it's probably the low hanging fruit of that sector
Agreed.
improving, and they'll see that just probably via social media means, be like, oh, we improve that, the information's there, carpenters want to do it, why not?
yeah, well, I mean, I think it needs to come for a whole bunch of
I
different
don't
angles,
think
and
it
maybe
should be an
it's a
inspection. And maybe this is me being naive in my own bubble, but like I feel like that would be a complete waste of my client's time for a project like ours. I get it, but we're the exception. So you take it on a whole industry wide, and we might be the 0.0001%. But again, you fix this on the other side of the buildings. Yeah,
So do you reckon you'll go for your builder's license?
I don't know anymore. I don't know. I think I'd just be happy just.
why don't you
just
do a
being
carpentry
educated.
license then, and just be like, I'm a licensed carpenter. Set the example.
Is that
for the
not
industry.
useless? I've heard that if you get a limited or unlimited, like you basically do the same thing, you may as well get unlimited.
So I'll challenge you on this. What separates you from the carpenter that just finished their apprenticeship?
No, absolutely nothing.
So-
On paper, no, nothing.
So why don't you, and I say this to my team is like, just go get your license. If you don't want to use it, go get your license. Like the fact that you go, hey, I actually did more. I became a licensed carpenter. I'm not using it. I don't care, but I'm licensed.
You know
I
what,
can
think,
do that.
You know, just chatting. Like, if I hadn't have sat here for the last 40 minutes chatting with Sam, I think I'd be on the same mindset as you. But you just seem so happy doing what you're doing.
I'm just happy what I'm doing, and
don't
it's
have to
like if
change
it's not
anything.
broken, don't fix it.
no, but you don't
That's
have to
sort
but
of
I think
the
that's
mindset
okay.
I got.
Though. Like, I totally
Yeah.
think that's okay.
But-
Like, I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying, but I think this is also okay.
Yeah, but what I'm probably getting at is like, and maybe it's as an advocate, I'm talking from this aspect of him as an advocate of being a carpenter and loving is like, I love carpentry, I want to show that like carpentry should be championed. I got my license. We should have carpenters being licensed, like electricians, like plumbers, so they're respected.
I mean, you'd be a great poster boy for that ad. Like, I guarantee, 100%.
Like, a plumber, oh, they're licensed. The electrician, oh, they're licensed. Like, that's cool and that's great. But carpenter, I constantly say, you go down to Bunnings, get a nail bag and a nail gun and boom, a carpenter. You don't even need a Cert 3.
Yeah, so you don't actually ever need it.
So,
it's
like, at the end of the
Full disclosure, I am not a qualified carpenter.
Yeah, but you're a builder. You're okay.
So, but what I'm saying is, like,
I can slap timber together.
So, like,
Yeah.
let's say this: if they said carpenters had to be licensed, would you be for that?
Yeah,
So then
100%.
why don't you be proactive and go get it and be like, I think we should do
I
it.
see your point. I see your point.
Like, you, like, be the advocate. Like, be the person who
Yeah,
goes...
you could be a great advocate.
Like, you go,
around
you
that,
know what?
actually, I think.
Like,
You'd be
you,
really
I
good
think you said
advocate.
before, don't be reactive.
Yeah.
Be proactive. I'll put the pressure back on you, and hopefully when I sit here...
Feeling the heat here.
Yeah, when I sit here for you... And because it's not... I feel like...
Actually, I say it comes from a good
'cause you
place, though.
love
Like,
it.
you just want the
And
best.
I hear it too, but I also think the flip side of it is... Yeah, I just go
Did you
back to
hate
just go
school?
back to how
Did
fucking
you-
happy
did you
you are.
hate
I didn't hate it, no.
Okay.
I was just very...
kind of hoping you said
just
no. 'Cause then-
mediocre, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping
Yeah.
you said no. So then
I
you're
love
like,
the social side of school.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah.
I think that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But
Because, like, imagine, like, you now studying your standards and actually grabbing and learning them. You'd be like, fuck, I love this. Like, I'm actually studying something I'm loving.
Because you're ready to learn though.
yeah.
Yeah, and
reckon
that's,
you're
that's,
ready
what,
to
that's
learn.
where it's just this
You'll
generation.
only ever learn what you actually want to know.
Yeah,
So it's-
100%. Yeah.
You are super passionate and of the carpentry aspect, and one of your pet hates is these kids going, go do my course. You can earn a living. Carpentry is going to do nothing. Do you want to
Yeah.
talk to me about what is happening there, why you hate it, just go for it kind of thing? It's like it's your platform to talk about
Cool.
what
Yeah.
you don't like.
So what I see is, I see these people, they come online and they're doing their own thing, which is fine. It's, it is actually a legitimate way to make income. But where I have the problem with it is that they're attacking essentially vulnerable people, which is the low income owners of the apprentices. And they're coming after them and basically saying, you can earn this, you can earn this, you can earn this. And it's like, well, is that really worth like throwing away a skill such as an apprenticeship? And what these guys are offering is not really a skill. And in the days of AI approaching, well, it's here now, but it's only going to get more. Like what they're trying to get them to do is like easily replaceable by stuff like that.
What are they? What specifically are they selling?
So it's things like, they call it like appointment setting. So basically if you've got no time on your hand and the phone won't stop ringing, they'll take over that for you and they'll take a cut of anything that they close.
Yep.
That is one aspect of it. Another one is they call it high ticket sales, and basically it might be like, I think a common one, they sell this water filter.
Yep.
And it might be priced at, don't quote me on this, I'm pulling numbers out of my arse, it might be like $10,000 for it. But if you sell one, you get a $3,000 commission off that. And all that stuff is true, and that's all, valid ways to make income. But what they don't tell you is every time you sign up to do this, they get a cut as a sign-on bonus. And
Yeah,
that's actually...
pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
it's the old
essentially
old
what it
Tupperware.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, people argue the pyramid scheme is no different to having just any sort of structure within a company.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But so what I see happening is they're basically picking on these vulnerable people to sign them up, and that's kind of all they really are interested in. And then once they've got them signed up, if they're not making money, they just keep hitting them with, you're not applying yourself enough, you're not trying hard enough, you're not pushing it hard enough, which is true to a capacity. But it's like all you're really interested in is getting these kids to sign up,
Yeah, vulnerable.
and
kids,
then and then whatever they do after that is just like
They make
okay.
money if they sell 10 items. Well, they get their cut, and then if they then sign someone up, well, they then get the cut of that person and the next person.
I don't know the exact numbers.
Are you old enough to know about Amway? It's very similar to how Amway used to
Heard.
be.
I know,
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. Anyway,
Jeez,
very
you're showing your age, Amy.
I am showing my age.
Yeah, that's the main problem I have with it is targeting apprentices.
And they've stolen
well,
your content to make it look...
Yeah.
So
I was just sort of, that's the only reason why I reacted to that video. I was like, just going to let them go, don't entertain it, don't give them
So do you want to talk what actually happened with this? Like they stole your content?
Oh, it wasn't really like a steal. They just used a part of my content as like the hook for the start of their video. It was like a video I did a little while ago, just laying some sheet flooring down. And then this bloke comes on and he's like, yeah, fuck that. I'd rather jump off this balcony or something. And then he goes on to do like his pitch for signing up for his course or whatever. So that was his original video.
I know the video. I've just kind of scrolled past that.
Yeah. What a gem.
Yeah, okay.
That was his original video. And he does it with other things, but they're usually like him when he was a tradie. It's like B-roll of him doing something as a tradie.
Yeah.
But he did that. And it obviously attacked me because I'm like, no, he's fucking having a go at me.
Yeah. Well, he's made it personal.
And someone that's passionate about what he does. Like that's,
Yeah. So that's why I reacted like that.
You know what? At least you're happy.
And I had
He's
a
probably
phenomenal amount of support from it. I would have got like hundreds of DMs basically saying good on you for calling them out because no one's calling them out.
My opinion is that there is not a better time in my life, anyway, that I think to pursue a career in the trade. Like
absolutely.
if you think about AI is coming.
Can't fix a burst pipe.
AI is coming.
Want to see AI do a 100 mil trick 5 times in a day.
Well, you can probably guarantee that AI wouldn't do. I mean, I think Joel did a really great story this morning. I said, I bet your AI can't measure something.
Yeah, I see that.
And I'm like, that's me. I'll literally measure something, and then I used to write it on my the back of my tape measure.
Yeah, same here.
Because I'm just like, because I'll forget that by the time I get down off this ladder and go and cut it. I'm like, fuck, what is that again?
I remember when I was showing that for the first time, I was like, that is genius.
Yeah, back in the thing, and then you can just rub it off and just write again. Love it.
But now each Carpenter has 40 different types of pencils in their nail bag.
Yeah.
And crayons and textures. And
I am old school builder's pencil.
Builder's pencil.
What do you carry in your nail bag? Here you go.
I do the tracer mechanical one. I really do like that one.
Which one's that?
It's like an aluminium body. It's got like a nice weight to it. Yeah, that's my favourite by far.
What's your favourite hammer?
Well, this is a little bit controversial. I bought a Kinetics Customs one. I'm not entirely happy with it. Cost me a fortune. It's just a cool looking hammer. $400 or something, $500.
I don't know what that is really.
To be fair, I should have just got a normal East Wing.
Yeah,
that's right. $100.
That's right.
Like they all swing the same.
Yeah.
The only reason why I got it is because I wanted a nice looking hammer.
You're not on the Martinez sort of.
Martinez, no.
Martinez, yeah.
What else are you currently carrying in your tool belt? Or what's the biggest thing on your tool belt you think is the most underrated thing that every
Actually,
apprenticeship?
This is a really good mindful moment.
Yeah, okay, we're going to jump in that.
This is a mindful moment.
Mindful moment sponsored by MEGT, Australia's leading apprenticeship expert. I've got 2 today. We're going to go with 2 mindful moments from Sam. What is the number one thing in your tool belt that every apprentice should carry as a carpenter that they don't think is like a valuable tool to carry? Or what do you think?
Definitely a cat's claw. You're going to fuck a fair bit of shit up, and you need to know how to pull it apart.
Yep. So
that's just the nature of
cat's
it.
claw is a denailer.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Straight mate do a really good one, by the way.
Ask me what I think they should be.
Hi, Hamish. What do you think you should carry in your...
A rule. I see so many of the apprentices not with the flip out rule.
That's a very good one.
Which ones?
Yeah.
The ones that Proclaimer have like, I love those 2 metre ones. I love those ones.
I'm talking a metre, that's it. But
just a metre left.
I love the 2 metre ones.
Yep. Nah, a rule.
Yeah.
Carry a rule.
Are they the ones that fold out like sideways?
Yeah.
I hate them.
I actually don't know how to fucking use them. I've got a whole box at home, and this is not anything against Proclaimer.
I just like playing with a fidget spinner. It's got nothing to do with
I have about 20 of them at home, but I don't like those rulers. I just like really simple metre long ones.
Yeah.
I don't own a nail bag. I can tell you RM Williams are a great shoe. Other question, probably that was more in spirit of the moment, mindful moment. I want you to give me 3 pieces of advice for any carpenter that's just starting their apprenticeship. What are you going to tell them?
Definitely would be, there's just like some basic principles that you have to follow. We'll probably call this just one, but just rocking up on time, being present, and no pissy whinging. Like so many kids that we have come through you'll ask them to move a pack of timber, and yes, it's a fair task, but like they'll kind of have the audacity to actually like moan about it.
What's pissy whinge? Do you want to explain more about that?
Like they'll consciously be like, it's very evident that they're frustrated that you've asked them to do that, and they don't believe that that's something they should be doing. It's like, well, we're currently standing roof trusses. It's your first week. Like, would you like to come up here? Or
Well, no, you're not coming up here. You're moving that pack of timber.
Yeah.
Like, and
Just
I reckon
things like that.
That's a really great point, actually, because every apprentice that's going to come on, you are going to sweep and you're going to move shit and you're going to clean up.
Yeah.
And you do that.
Maybe that's the thing. Be prepared to do the shit for a fair while. It's not as simple as you do like your trial and then you're full blazing nail gun saws. Like, you'll be doing it for a bit until. Here's actually a good one. So how you do something is how you do everything, right? If I get you to sweep out a room and it takes you forever to do it, I come in and there's still shit everywhere. How am I meant to trust you to do
exactly
the next thing? You know, if you can't even get that right. But that's sort of my fundamentals. One thing that I actually do with apprentices that start, and this is nearly a bit of a test to see whether we're going to employ them or not.
Chuck him in the toilet and lock him in.
You can't do that. You can't do that anymore.
Great answer.
He learned that the first time he did it.
Yes. No, but I get them to cut out the bottom plates of the house with a handsaw and not a Recipro.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Just see how they go. See if they whinge about it. See if they're capable of doing it. See if they'll... I have people come in and they can't cut for shit, but they'll just head down, ass up. They won't whinge about it. They'll just figure it out until they get it done. I'm like, that's a good kid.
You know, one, just on the handsaw thing, the best bit of advice that I got taught when I was first on the tools is when you're using a handsaw, hold it, your index finger
pistol
out.
grip it. Yeah.
Pistol grip it.
Yeah.
Because it guides it so much better.
Yeah.
Because if you just hold it like that, holding it like that versus holding it like that is like
I still hold one like that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
And just big note myself, cutting bird mouths out over the weekend.
Here's a gun.
Spot on.
But that's like it's.
Do you know what a bird's mouth is, man? You ever done one?
Yeah,
of
it's
them
like
before?
the tweet stuff
Yeah,
they eat with.
Is that on my arm wound?
But no, but the I think you make a really good point. I actually like the handsaw one because I disagree with the large scale construction hazing. Whilst I've laughed at the past, I would still probably laugh at some of the ones that happen. Like I think there is a place for it if it's not harmful. Like that is a form of hazing on a construction site that is a mental challenge. Are you up for it? But it has a very good reason behind doing it, I would say. So that I would call that, it's still a form of construction hazing because you could just give them the Recipro saw.
Yeah. I could, and they'll never...
I don't think that's hazing, though.
Isn't it not?
I don't
like,
think that's...
nah.
No, that is like, you can... Here's your pathway to becoming a carpenter, and it starts
I also think giving people a handsaw makes them appreciate having...
Totally.
Even though it's a bit hypocritical, right? Because I would never cut out a bottom plate with a handsaw these days.
Yeah.
And never really had to when I was an apprentice. But it's like you don't... Like people, if you never gave them the handsaw, they would burn through a Cipro blade like on every sixth door plate, just smashing the concrete. Like they wouldn't care.
Do you know what else they learn? To skew your bottom, skew your nails the right way.
Yeah.
Because if you've got skews going the wrong way and you start cutting that with a handsaw, you're going to fuck the handsaw and you're never going to cut it. If you're just cutting that with a Recipro, you're just going to go straight through.
Point the hazing then. Yeah, I just thought maybe it's a different way I was looking at it and maybe couldn't.
I'd say the most important thing for anyone, probably doing anything, but definitely in a trade, is just consistency is key. You're never going to get better at something you don't do.
Or faster. Like you got it.
Yes.
And be prepared. I think the other one is like if you know, and you've said it before, if you know that you're going to be, I don't know, putting some triple grips in tomorrow, just maybe grab the guide and have a quick look over how it's going to be done.
Yep.
Ask some questions.
And I'll tell you what, there is no more baptism of fire than putting triple grips on a -2 degree day and then hitting your thumb. That is a Rite-of-Passage that every single apprentice absolutely has to have.
Passed out. I literally just like,
because and the best ones are when you're just like whack, and then you're looking at your thumb and you're like, it's gonna fucking hurt soon, and then like 5 seconds later you're just like,
I remember this one winter, I was putting up eave sheets and just had like a callus on the top of my thumb. And I hit it that hard, it hit it off. And I was like... I had one of those like meat cleaver heads on my hammer too. So I just absolutely creamed it. And I was like,
Yeah, and the thing is,
it was like a -something degree morning, so it was freezing.
Pain's like a psychological thing, I think. Like it's like, so the thing is, you see it and you go, "Fuck, that's gonna hurt," and then you're like, you're looking, and then it's just like,
I remember the job. I remember where it was. I remember who I was working with. And I remember it was the first sheet of the day. and had the rest of the pudding, like holding it with the same 2 fingers.
Sam, how do people follow you?
How do they follow me?
Yeah, what are you on?
Instagram, Sammy_Aitken,
Do you want to spell it for us?
SAMMY_AITKEN.
And we'll put that in the show notes as well.
Yep.
Any other platform?
I'm on TikTok as well, Sam Aitken too, and on
Why not number
Facebook
one?
as well. That was already taken. Already a better one.
Hey, Sam, look, mate,
It's been fun.
keep doing what you're doing. I think you're going to be that sort of shining light now that all these apprentices and these upcoming carpenters are going to look to for actually seeing that there is, I don't know, a pathway in this industry. Like, you know, because you can look at all the shiny things that are around here and get distracted and think, I want to go and do this, I want to go and do that. But like, if I could bottle this energy and fucking give it to everyone, I would, because I think it's amazing what you're doing.
Yeah, I think you could and should become an advocate for carpentry, and that's why I'm going to challenge you that this time next year when you come in here, you got your license for carpentry.
Yeah.
Big challenge.
Thanks for coming, buddy.
No, thank you, boys. Cheers.
That's awesome, mate.